Hello everyone, and I want to start by saying a huge thank you to everyone who invited me to share these strategies today. I am genuinely excited to walk you through a workflow that I have been refining and using religiously for my own content production. Vizard. Today, I am going to do a little bit of everything to give you a complete picture of the tool's capabilities. I will show you actual, tangible outputs you can get from feeding long-form videos into the Vizard system. We will take a peek behind the curtain to see how you can interact with Vizard programmatically if you like to automate your workflows. I'm also going to explain exactly where to feed your video data, which is usually the biggest visibility question for most creators. Finally, I will demonstrate how we turn long-form, raw footage into bite-sized, ready-to-post clips in just a few minutes. If we have some time at the very end of this session, I will happily take your questions and dive deeper into any specifics. Let's kick things off by showing you exactly what Vizard does for creators who deal with long videos like podcasts or interviews. Rather than just talking in the abstract, I personally prefer to start with real, concrete examples of what is possible. Here is a channel I work with that features a 2-hour interview originally recorded on Zoom. We dropped the raw MP4 file into Vizard, and with just one single click, it produced a handful of high-quality short edits. It generated a 45-second highlight of a great advice nugget, a 30-second clip of a funny moment, and a 60-second succinct take. These are not just random cuts. The AI actively looks for engagement signals like vocal emphasis and topic shifts. It even detects subtle cues like smiles or laughter, then ranks candidate clips based on their actual viral potential. Visually, you get a small, clean grid of clips with thumbnails, timestamps, and a score next to each one for easy review. If you have ever made short content before, you know how valuable it is to pick from dozens of options in seconds rather than scrubbing for hours. In one of my workshops that ran for 90 minutes, Vizard picked 27 potential shorts immediately after processing. After a quick skim and just a tiny trim, that single video turned into an entire week's worth of social media posts. I really don't want to make this feel like a standard product ad, so let me be honest about the current editing landscape. Tools like Descript are amazing for transcript-driven editing, but they can get pricey and manual when you have massive batches of videos. CapCut is fantastic for mobile-first creative editing, but it unfortunately lacks automated clip discovery and cross-platform scheduling. Meanwhile, schedulers like Buffer handle posting, but they won't automatically turn your long videos into the best clips for TikTok or Reels. That specific gap is exactly where Vizard sits. It finds the viral bits, edits them, and schedules them for you automatically. All right, let's take a little tour under the hood of how the data pipeline actually works for your content. Many creators always ask me where they should attach Vizard and where to put their footage so it can find the necessary data. The short answer is that you should link it wherever you keep your primary raw recordings. Vizard supports direct ingestion from YouTube links, Google Drive, Zoom Cloud Recording, Dropbox, and direct local uploads. Think of it like a tap on your content pipeline, placed right between your recording source and your distribution channel. If your content is already on YouTube, you can simply give Vizard a video ID to start the ingestion process. If you are using Zoom Cloud recordings, just authorize your account, and Vizard will automatically pull new recordings as they appear. Now, let me show you a couple of command line examples, because I know a lot of you are big fans of automating things. Vizard fully exposes a REST API so you can easily script the entire process from start to finish. Here is a simplified curl example to request clips for a single video, paraphrased just a bit for readability. Once you make that request, you get back the result in JSON format, which is perfect for parsing. If you pipe that response through a tool like JQ, you can instantly inspect what the service actually found in your footage. That response gives you a list including timestamps, a viral score, and the specific reason the AI picked that clip. If you only care about the highest scoring clips, you can easily add filters server-side or locally with your scripts. One really nice thing we built was making the response fields extremely friendly to integrate into your existing dashboards. Suppose your dashboard expects custom keys. You can set an alias in the API call and Vizard will rename them on output. That makes it absolutely trivial to plug the output data directly into your custom content pipelines. For teams who want batch exports, the same API supports an all videos mode that returns thousands of candidate clips. Of course, that is a lot of data, but you can use the API to request only the specific fields you actually need. Beyond just clip extraction, one of the killer features that creators consistently love is the auto-schedule function. After Vizard suggests clips, you can tell it your preferred cadence, and the AI will handle the rest for you. It schedules the best times per platform based on historical engagement, your time zone, and your specific target audience. The scheduling API is similarly scriptable, giving you full control over when your content goes live. And yes, you can override individual publish times if you prefer to maintain manual control over your strategy. The whole idea is to give you both the benefits of full automation and the precision of fine-grained human control. Another thing I love to show is how Vizard's content calendar surfaces absolutely everything you need in one place. Instead of toggling between 5 different tools, you get a single view of your thumbnails, platforms, and analytics. You can drag and drop reschedules, batch edit your captions, or even pause a campaign with a single click. It really is that single pane of glass that makes consistent posting feel like a realistic, manageable goal. Let's talk metrics, because that is where the real confidence builds for your content strategy. Vizard attaches estimated engagement predictions to each clip by combining vocal emphasis, keywords, and historical performance. Once clips are posted, Vizard pulls back performance metrics and overlays them directly on your calendar. This helps ensure that your next batch of clips gets even smarter based on what worked last time. We also provide simple audience maps, not the creepy kind, but useful city-level overlays so you see where a clip resonated. It is very similar to the geolocation heat maps you have seen in standard analytics tools, but oriented around individual clips. Regarding integrations, if you already use Zapier, Make, or custom webhooks, Vizard plugs right into your existing stack. Want to auto-create a Trello card for every high-scoring clip? That is easily done. Want to send top clips to a Slack channel or a Google Drive folder for your editors? That is also trivial. For my real-world workflow, I usually start by pointing Vizard at the source, like my YouTube video ID or a Zoom folder. I tick a few boxes for clip length, keywords, and platforms, then hit process and get candidate clips within minutes. I scan them, make tiny trims, choose the best thumbnails, and either schedule directly or export the clips as MP4s. From just 2 hours of raw footage, I can reliably get 2 weeks of daily short-form content with minimal human effort. Before I wrap up, let me be candid about the limits. Automated selection isn't perfect for every single nuance. Sometimes the AI favors high energy but misses the more nuanced, subtle storytelling moments. For studio quality, highly polished edits, you still want a human editor to make those final creative decisions. Vizard handles the tedious clip selection and basic trims perfectly, so you can spend your time on the creative finishing touches. So why pick Vizard over stitching together a half-dozen different tools yourself? Because it bridges 3 major gaps. It finds the right moments, formats them for platforms, and handles the scheduling. Competitors might do 1 or 2 of those things well, but rarely all 3 in a seamless package for creators. If you are curious and want to try a sample workflow, just give me a video ID and I will show you what Vizard surfaces. Otherwise, ping the team via our support channel and we will help you set up a trial and an API key. Thanks so much for hanging out today. I really hope this was useful and not too nerdy for everyone. I am happy to jump into the Q&A now, so please, let me know what questions you have.